On Thursday, August 6th, audiences will be treated to Lower Decks, the first animated installment of Alex Kurtzman's modern iteration of Star Trek, provided those audiences are physically located in North America, that is. Star Trek fans in the rest of the world have no legal way of watching it. At the time of making this video, on the eve of the series premiere in North America, Star Trek Lower Decks still has no international distribution. If you haven't paid much attention to the corporate politics behind Star Trek before and wonder how on earth that could be, then you've come to the right place. In this video, we will go through the detailed reasons why Star Trek Lower Decks doesn't have international distribution, and if a distribution deal should come together at the very last moment, what CBS would have had to sacrifice to see it happen. If one doesn't, we'll explore what options are available. As many of our fellow YouTubers can attest to, CBS has been on a roll lately, taking a cue from The Last of Us Part 2 and utilize this platform's copyright protection to take down videos critical that feature official artwork, even if this usage falls under fair use. As a precautionary measure, this video will therefore exclusively feature the artwork from our resident artist, not some kid. The short answer to why Star Trek Lower Decks has no international distribution is as simple as it is straightforward. No one wants it. Certainly not for the price tag CBS and Star Trek front company Secret Hideout are asking for it. When CBS and production company Secret Hideout relaunched Star Trek for the small screen with Discovery back in 2017, their funding strategy was one that on paper seemed perfect. In the US, it would be released exclusively on CBS All Access, thereby promoting that platform. But since CBS All Access was only available in North America, the strategy was to sell the international distribution rights to another streamer whose operations covered the globe. A distributor of this scale would be able to pay more for the international distribution rights than what the series cost to produce, and that was indeed the asking price. There aren't many streamers that fit this bill, so a deal was covered by rights, plus some other local distributors around the world, for instance Canada, but the majority of the international market was handled by Netflix. Following the release of Star Trek Discovery's first season, there were numerous articles appearing in the entertainment media press proclaiming the series to have been a major hit. But since CBS All Access nor Netflix released their viewership figures, there was no way to independently verify whether or not these articles genuinely reflected how successful Star Trek Discovery had been. Providing an opposing view, this channel and other outlets soon covered rumors circling the industry about the true state of Star Trek Discovery. While these rumors could not be independently verified and therefore had to be taken with a grain of salt, they consistently claimed that Star Trek Discovery had underperformed on both CBS All Access and Netflix, and that Netflix in particular were unhappy with what they got for what they paid. Validity was added to these rumors by the short treks. The short treks were Star Trek short films set in the world of Star Trek Discovery. They featured the same cast and locations as Star Trek Discovery and were filmed by the same crew outside of the regular shooting schedule for the series. A release window was announced for CBS All Access, but foreshadowing what would happen later with Lower Decks, no corresponding release window was announced for Netflix, or indeed any other international distributors. Rumors of why started swirling, and they came from many of the same sources that initially broke the rumors of Discovery's underperformance and Netflix's alleged unhappiness. Like before, none of these rumors could be independently verified, but what they claimed was that CBS and Secret Hideout had demanded double-digit millions for them from Netflix. Netflix, still not happy with Discovery, told them to pound sand. CBS and Secret Hideout then proceeded to cut the price, time and again, but to no avail. Several weeks after the short treks had been released on CBS All Access, several weeks after they had been made available in the ether for illegal downloading, the short treks suddenly and without warning appeared on Netflix, without fanfare or announcement. Instead, they were dumped into the trailer section. The rumors emanating from behind the scenes of the production claimed Netflix never relented, and in the end got the short treks essentially for free. If a fee was ever paid, it was a symbolic one, and Netflix never even advertised that the short treks were now available on their platform. That is how little they meant to them, and they cared even less for Picard. When Netflix acquired the international distribution rights for Star Trek Discovery, they also acquired the right of refusal for the distribution rights for any other series. What this means is that before CBS and Secret Hideout can offer their Star Trek series to anyone else, they have to offer them to Netflix, and Netflix have to pass on the offer. In the case of Star Trek Picard, that is exactly what Netflix did. They passed on it, allowing Amazon to pick it up instead. Like with Star Trek Discovery before, the entertainment media described Picard as a huge hit. Also like with Discovery, rumors emanating from behind the scenes claimed that while Picard had started out strong, viewership nosedived for each passing episode, and there were no repeat viewings to speak of. This then takes us back to Lower Decks. Since Lower Decks is an animated series, it comes with a lower price tag, which means it could be fully funded by CBS and Secret Hideout without the need for an international distributor like Netflix or Amazon. Still, they'd like to have one of them on board, as that is just about the only way they will recoup their investment into the series made for the streaming service All Access. At this point, on the eve of Lower Decks premiere in the US, we don't need any rumors to get the inkling of what happened. The fact that there is no international distribution makes it clear enough. Lower Decks was first offered to Netflix in accordance with their right of first refusal, and they refused it. It was then offered to Amazon, and they refused it too. So now what? How will international audiences get to see Star Trek Lower Decks? Well, there are two ways. Let's go through them. Like we just covered with the short treks, Netflix were not interested in acquiring them for the initial asking price, but they nonetheless did show up on Netflix in the end, enabling international audiences to enjoy them too. The takeaway is that one possible action is to simply cut prices, time and again, and offer the series to Netflix and Amazon intermittently, at ever lower price points until one bites. Alternatively, CBS and Secret Hideout can ditch both Netflix and Amazon and seek international distribution elsewhere. The advantage with both Netflix and Amazon is that they offer distribution across most of the planet, and offer one point of contact to organize it all. Not many other outlets offer this, but CBS and Secret Hideout could try their luck with Android or Apple, or even approach individual distributors territory by territory. That could, however, lead to a situation where Lower Decks is only released in some countries and not in others, and at different times. So, what should fans around the world who don't want to wait for Lower Decks do? The problem for international audiences is that since you are not physically located in North America, you are prevented from enjoying the platforms where Lower Decks and other similar exclusives are found. There is a way around these restrictions, namely by use of a VPN. A VPN, or Virtual Private Network, is a privacy protection tool which guarantees instant online safety. And our preferred provider is this channel's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark allows you to change the country you access the internet from, which in turn allows you to bypass geo-blocking restrictions by changing your location to the territory you need, no matter where you may be physically located. This is particularly awesome in this day and age where everyone is streaming, but not all content is equally available everywhere. That, however, is no excuse for taking to the high seas. Piracy is wrong. No one here condones it. And you'll leave digital footprints all over the place. Those footprints are your data that you should be protecting so they don't end up with third parties. Surfshark protects your data, as it encrypts all the data sent via the internet, so that no one can obtain your content or other sensitive data. Unlike many other VPN providers, Surfshark allows one account to be used on unlimited devices. So if you get Surfshark VPN, you can use it on any and all devices you might have. Get Surfshark today by clicking the link in the description, and if you type the code MIDNIGHT, that triggers an exclusive offer in which you get 85% off the normal list price, plus 3 extra months for free. Surfshark also offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in trying it out. Do check out the link in the description for further details, and let us know how excited you are for Star Trek Lower Decks in the comments.